Hello everybody, welcome to the final episode of Season 1 of Dungeon Boys. This is episode 48. We didn't quite make it to 50 for our Season 1, but this is, how are you feeling going into the season finale?
This is awesome. The last one was really great. It's been a great ride. I hope we can kind of continue over to Season 2.
I pictured you, while you're speaking this, you got a ball cap on, you just cracked open a Coca-Cola as you climbed out the D&D car.
You know what? It's just been real great. I want to thank all of our sponsors over there.
I'm going to Disney World.
Okay.
Coca-Cola, thank you so much.
But season finale, we'll explain what our process will be post-season finale after we finish this up. But now let's wrap up this first season of Dungeon Boys. My name's Keith, I'm your DM.
Josh playing as Arlo.
Zenas playing as Thaddeus Baker, otherwise known as Grim.
And Brice playing as Jack Law. And I want to thank you guys for hanging out as long as you have. We don't have a lot of listeners right now, but I'm sure we will get some in the future and carry all the way through. I hope you stick it out with us through some one-shots.
You are the originals.
Brice is revealing what we'll reveal at the end already.
Dang it, Brice.
I thought we'd already mentioned that before.
Oh, I think we may have. Quick, follow us on Twitter at Tank Media Games while we get started. In the last episode, they returned from gathering Blink's teeth. They returned to the cabin. Torque separated himself from the pack. He was headed to the Fletcher to hand over the teeth. While he did that, the party was going inside the Full Heart Manor to catch some Z's. But what they found was Misiko, their companion, who's always been a little bit weird, but never confirmed to be up to no good. He was in the process of murdering Corinne Fullheart, and it looked as though he had already murdered hours ago Albert Fullheart. Blood filled this room almost. It was a horrible situation. Zenas was able to save Corinne from dying, and he was able to stop Albert's body from beginning the process of decay, just in case a resurrection may be possible later. Misiko sprinted away after shouting many times that he didn't want to, that they would let him go free if he did it. And Arlo turned into an eagle, ran him down, and used the power of sprites to stop him. They knocked him out. He was asleep. And
It's
then
refreshing.
Jack had the foresight to go outside to intercept Torque and Justine on their way into the house because they heard a broken window. They were going to investigate. He was able to stop them in time before they went inside to find this grisly scene. He has explained that Jack explained that Torque's father is dead. It doesn't look good for him, and that Corinne, his mother, looks pretty bad as well. Torque was able to hide that quickly from Justine's ears. But while I'm saying this, will somebody grab me a paper towel? I have hit something on my arm and it is bleeding. I don't want to stop the recording. I'm trying to add a little bit of that blood aesthetic in real life.
People,
I want to wipe
we
that
have
on everybody.
bled for you.
Yeah, I'm bleeding for you. Hey, don't shoot each other close with paintballs, folks. It'll make you bleed.
Oh, come on. It's fun.
But it is fun, though. It is fun, though. But they were able to run down Misiko. Thank you, Grim. They were able to run down Misiko. Big Eagle Arlo sat on him, and Grim has attached the slave collar that he can use to shock Misiko if he wants to. And Misiko was waking up at the end of the last episode. So that's where we'll open up.
It's my Native American name.
Misiko blinks his eyes open and sees a very angry Grim and an eagle sitting on top of him, and he begins to squirm and try to pull out from underneath it.
Big Eagle Arlo. I like it.
Are we in combat or no?
No, I don't think he's going to be able to pull out from under you.
I want to punch him in the face.
All right, do roll some damage on that. You'll be able to hit him.
I already said that I get off.
AC. He's dexterous.
I already said I get off.
Oh,
but he was still asleep when he put on my collar.
Okay, he's still groggy right now.
Okay. So
And prone.
he had advantage, right?
Yeah, advantage to hit him.
Well, I don't. That's a 14.
Oh, you want to hit him twice? You can normally go twice.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You right, man. Oh, that's unnatural 20, baby.
All right, there you go. That's 2 hits in 1.
Punch him in the face.
Okay, you punch him in his face.
I wasn't initially gonna do necrotic, but you know what? I'm gonna. Cause now that I've missed, I'm angry.
As your fist rockets toward his face, you hear "Scream! No!"
13 straight to the face.
Okay.
And when I want to like grab his neck as well, just to like.
Gotcha. Blood leaks out of his nose, and his teeth are fairly bloody after your punch, and pieces of his skin are ripped off of his face from your necrotic damage.
This could have been like a perfect, beautiful Squidward moment where he actually looks better after you punch him.
I would have been so angry and just would have killed him on the spot.
He's go ahead.
Misko, in a very calm tone.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I can bring you back to life before I tire of playing with you?
No, I can explain. He said if I found you three, I would be rewarded. I tried to kill Burb on the boat to force you into a frenzy so you'd make mistakes so I could pick you off one by one. But then I thought you might lead me to the servants, so I waited. And they said if I did well, this would be the last time they wouldn't make me do anymore. If I did well, they would release me from the curse. What could be better than this? From slicing off the head of the rebellion, I've removed it else. They must set me free. They promised. They promised.
I assume they is the council.
Yes, the High Council. It was the one gray hair sent me with the slow voice. I have to get back to them. I have to tell them what I've done. They'll set me free.
What curse?
They won't let me die.
Well, that's a shame for you, isn't it, Misko?
I have to get back. I have to get back to them. And he closes his mouth and stops speaking.
Arlo,
And he begins to squirm.
I look towards him.
how strong is your dispelling magics?
I'm kind of like nodding my eagerly head.
Misko, I'll make you a deal. We break this magic, you help us.
What's everybody's passive perception? The two of you?
A big whopping 19.
Really? Wow.
You know, passive?
Yeah.
17.
Okay, man, y'all got some good passive perception.
Hey, we notice things. Actually,
Graham,
as an eagle, I have advantage on that. But
on advantage on passive perception?
Passive perception.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you have advantage,
You're right,
it's
you're
actually
right.
raised by 5.
Really?
You actually get a +5 to passive
Okay,
perception.
very impressive. So you both
How do
see
you
this.
calculate passive?
It's basically just 10 plus your perception.
You both see this, but there's really not enough time for you to stop it at this point. It's not something that's slow. You see a very abrupt movement in Misiko's mouth. You see him take his mouth wide and go and crunch down on something. And as he does this, green flames start to burn at his feet. And they burn in a single second. They burn from his feet up to his head. And as this is happening, he says, I swear I didn't want to, and I didn't want to kill you too. Thank you. You were kind to me.
Can I grab the trident before he leaves?
Oh yeah, you can put a hand on it.
I grab it.
Okay, and as you put a hand on it, he like burns up as in this green flame, very similar to the green flame you saw on the table that burned up as soon as you walked into the room. But yeah, this green flame starts at his feet. Very, like in Harry Potter, whenever they come in those chimneys.
See.
It looks like that. Very quick. He says that thing to you as he burns away. And you can see in his eyes, also perception, you can see in his, there's true pain in his eyes. There's, the real remorse in what he's done. But Grim puts a hand on the trident as he goes to burn away. And Grim's hand wraps around Misiko's hand as he grabs it. And as soon as you grab it, that hand burns away, and all that's left is you grabbing the trident, and Misiko is gone from before you.
Excellent. I've got my weapon back.
bring him back. Do it again.
Sadly, this magic is beyond me. You didn't say that in real life. Never mind.
Caw-caw.
I don't understand you, Arlo.
And
I slam the trident on the ground, not like spear end, just
Yeah.
kind of like a shovel. Just pop.
okay.
And then I grunt and start heading back to the manor.
As you turn around, about 10 seconds have passed.
You see a bear?
Arlo, you're still a bird. What did you do with those 10 seconds as Grim turned around?
I'm going to take off and start heading back.
Okay, so both of you turn around. You're both bird. Are you still a bird?
I guess I would just be taking off.
And go fly back to the house?
I'm still a bird.
It's about 100 feet away, I guess, after all the running you did. Maybe 120.
100 feet.
Is that house gone?
No, the house is not gone.
Nope, not. I'm in there.
Yeah, so I just took off.
Okay, so you took off and you kind of flew past Grim at this point. Jack, where were you at the end of last episode? You
I'm in the
walked
house.
back inside. You're looking out the window, I guess, maybe?
No, he told me to stay with
Korean.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of chilling with them.
So everybody roll perception for me because nobody's facing the area something's about to happen.
I'm going up because
Okay,
my
jump
biggest
back
concern
in.
right now is I want to know where's Verb.
Okay.
Because things happen.
Yeah.
Verb is missing.
Yeah.
16.
I got a 24.
16 and 24 for perception. What
Yeah.
you got?
I got a +4 with
Master
advantage.
Arlo.
So it's a
Master.
22 or an 8.
A 22 or an 8? Okay, it's a 22.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody sees this. Jack, you're the first person to see it, but the two of you hear it. The sound that fire made whenever it burned Misiko up, you're hearing it again. But this time, whenever you turn around, Jack, you see this looking straight for it. The two of you, I guess, if you want to turn around and look, I mean, I'm assuming
just
you
like
would.
circling
Yeah,
up like
I'm
birds
assuming
do.
you would turn to see it, Grim, as well.
Yeah.
So you hear that noise, and instead of burning up from the ground up, it is now burning from the top of a humanoid creature down, and it is a creature that is standing back kind of towards where Misiko was. We'll say in these little bit, you've probably made it another 30 feet away from him. So turning back around, you're about 30 feet away from this fire that's burning down to the ground. Arlo, of course, you were farther than that because you flew.
So this is under where I'm at?
Yes, it was
Okay.
under and I guess back a little bit.
Okay.
So it is revealing a different humanoid creature, and you know it to be a human whenever it burns down.
Huma man.
Yes. His features are somewhat familiar. He has long gray hair and a gray mustache that hangs long on both sides of his mouth. His teeth are a dazzling white, but as he's smiling whenever he comes out, you can see that his dazzling white teeth are blemished a little bit by kind of those like veiny black lines. Kind of similar to the Blink's teeth, but not completely. Also, the whites of his eyes, the irises of his eyes are very small. The whites are very large, and going across those whites of his eyes, instead of red, veins like you would normally see in a human person, those things are black. His skin, what you can see of it on his hands, and quarter of his sleeves are up, or his sleeves don't reach all the way to his hands, so a little bit of his forearm. His skin is just deathly pale, extremely pale, and underneath it you can see kind of like Grimm's Aasimar transformation, where you can see those kind of black coursing veins through his skin. That's kind of how this person's skin looks. Not quite as extreme as Grimm's. It's just pale skin that you can see the like black veininess underneath.
Juicy.
He wears an ornate robe. It is purple, and it is emblazoned with a golden jeweled sun that is surrounded by 10 dazzling jeweled beams, which you all know to be, from living in Mediene, the sigil of the High Council. You know, based on this robe, standing before you is a member of the High Council. This entity that your organization, the Servants of the Skill, that has just had the head of it killed, is tasked with trying to right their wrongs. And whenever he comes back in, or whenever the fire finishes burning down to the ground, there's a little scorch mark on the ground where he's standing, and you hear this voice. Well, I do declare, I believe our investment in that wretched pet of ours has finally paid off big time. We pumped that poor thing with so much planium over the years, he's worth a fortune. Anyway, you must be at least one of the imbeciles here standing before me that killed my brother in the name of some rebellion.
I am the only one that killed your brother.
I suppose, and I found the right
Slammed
place.
the trident head first into the ground.
Where did
Nope.
he appear?
Huh?
Where did he
Directly
appear?
in front of Grim.
Okay.
He's 30 feet away from Grim. You can hear what he's saying.
Am I unnoticed at this point?
No, he can see an eagle flying around in the sky.
Okay.
Big boy eagle.
Big
You're not
boy.
that high yet.
Okay.
He says, now, no need to get so hasty. I mean, you can make this hard or you can make this easy on yourself. It's all going to end the same way. I'll grant Ronald was fat, lazy, and possessed with a set of peculiar proclivities, excuse me. But the Slav was my brother, and I simply cannot let it slide that you killed our mother's baby boy. So, whichever the gods you worship, say a prayer, because I'm going to enjoy squeezing the life from your body, and maybe I'll destroy that little rebellion HQ you got behind you right there while I'm at it. Donald Witherbranch single-handedly destroys the rebellion, and the realm is safe once more. Well, that'll show the rest of the morning. Roll initiative.
11.
19, baby.
You're, of course, welcome to say whatever it is
22.
you'd like to say to him.
I just squeeze my fists. Clench is the word.
Clench him.
I'll say
You take one hand and put a hand over the other one and squeeze it. Alright, I need to write some things down here.
They're supposed to crack. You're supposed to be real intimidated now.
Alright, so
I stab myself with the poison barb. Oh no.
Blinks to. Ah.
I could. He can probably get back though.
He's all loaded up with Afraidium.
Oh, yeah.
with what?
Afraid.
Afraid you? Do I afraid you?
It's yellow and it tastes like chicken.
Man, that's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie with Ewan
Alright,
McGregor.
what is
McGregor. Yeah, he's the guy who plays Rodney. That's it.
Rodney.
Rodney Cooperbottom.
That's Obi-Wan Kenobi, right?
Obi-Wan and
Yeah.
Christopher Robin.
Ewan McGregor? Ewan.
And a whole
It
slew
does
of
sound
other
like
weird-
the last thing somebody would gasp.
Ewan McGregor.
You and your kind.
My name is Ewan
I
McGregor.
got a 19 for old Initiate Boy.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking for.
No one cares.
Well, I thought he
Seems-
asked. I honestly thought he
definitely
asked.
He cares. He cares a little.
I don't care. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
who
I do
cares
care a
much
little
about
bit. We all
that?
care.
You know, an awkward D&D moment when the DM forgets the BBEG stat block, and so he has to make stuff up on the fly.
I'm not doing that.
But were you looking for a stat block?
I was looking for not his. I have his. I was looking for a different one. I keep
Ace.
trying
What's
to-
that tell you?
I keep
He's
putting
looking
other
for
stuff
Duncan.
on top of it. I'm trying to get everybody's
Duncan.
kind of in the right spot.
Duncan just is shot out of a cannon. You just hear a distant.
Here I come!
So,
All right, Jack, what'd you roll? Arlo, what'd you roll?
22.
Arlo?
11.
So
Yep.
if I turn him to stone and we wrap a bunch of chains around him,
Wait,
Drop him in the wall.
I can meld into stone.
drop him into the tide pool,
That'd be pretty cool.
Grim don't know you trying to do that. Grim just gonna do
Jack's
it.
not trying to do that.
Grim just gonna do what Grim do best. Punch him till he.
Good smash.
Grim smash. Excuse me there, child. Is there something wrong with you? I don't feel comfortable punching your kind.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable hurting somebody who sounds quite exactly like you, my friend.
Do I afraid you?
Is you afraid? I don't feel good about this, actually.
I don't catch the reference. Is it a reference to something, or
What, do I
just-
afraid you, or just
Well, do I
making
afraid
that
you's a
voice?
reference, but
No,
well,
I don't feel comfortable hitting somebody who speaks like you or something.
He just
think
sounds
that's
like he has special needs.
yeah.
Oh,
It's just a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
But that was the original voice I was going to use for Grim before the Irish in the.
This
Well, no,
was
you
you.
you remember the joke I made? Keith and I were leaving a Wendy's, and we were talking about it, and I was like,
Was that the joke?
no, I'll just make Grim sound like this, and I was like, you will fear me.
That's not good. Okay,
that's not good.
Jack, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna approach. I'm still in the house.
I approach.
Okay.
Actually,
Spurs are
We'll
jingling.
call you 100 feet away.
I'm gonna speak to Corinne. That's her
Okay,
name?
yeah.
Corinne. Corinne, there's a man outside, and we know him to be a very dangerous man. If you can, keep yourself quiet. Try and not to be noticed.
Okay, she.
I'm gonna go outside and see if I can help the others.
Oh, okay, be careful. I'll try to get Torque and Justine together. And she like touches her husband's body as if she wants to do something with, like she wants to pick it up or she wants to do something, but she knows she can't, and so she gives it like a just an extended touch, and then she decides not now.
I know how you feel. Okay.
No, go ahead. No, she's listening.
I know how you feel. We will do everything we can. Not all hope is lost for him yet.
Okay. She wipes a tear, and then she, with resolve, exits the room.
And I'm gonna go out the front door.
Okay,
They're
dashing.
they're in the front, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess they're pretty far out there, aren't they?
Yeah, about 100 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna double dash so I can get all the way up there.
As you're sprinting that way, he says, "Oh, looky here! There's another one I'm looking for." Cool.
I take it you're Donald?
Yes, sir, that's me.
Dolan.
And y'all killed my brother, so I'm going to return the favor.
I don't have a brother.
That's a misplaced
I don't
y'all.
actually say
Yeah.
that.
Okay, it is Grimm's turn.
I approach. And as
Approaching good.
As I'm approaching, I use my
He runs away in terror.
I use my necrotic shroud.
Okay.
He also runs away in terror.
He might.
Some may call me a terrorist. I think of myself as a teacher.
I guess, yeah, he needs to roll wisdom.
You can run, but you won't get far.
Wisdom.
He actually rolls just an 11.
Oh. He's afraid. Huh.
You
But he can't-
afraid him?
He can't move towards you?
Hold up. I need to see if it's got descriptor on
Yeah,
here.
remind me what
Not
fear
expect
means.
that.
I was
That's
thinking, I
about
was
to be what
like,
he's going to say.
that'll be funny if it happens, but I'm
He's
not
out there in the
going to.
middle of the field. Go, whoa!
Holy. Alright, I'm looking it up. I'm looking up the condition. I passed the condition. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within its line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So as I'm stepping up to him, I just like activate this, and I imagine it's like a flash of like the purple necroticness over the whole body, and I just like step close, just right up to him. And how tall is he?
He's probably 6 feet tall.
Okay, so I'm like 6 inches taller than him.
Yeah.
So I just like kind of look down right at him.
Right at him.
I'm
Ghost-
so sorry, sir.
Ghosty boy.
I did not mean to offend a man of your size.
And that is my turn. I wish I had an epic, angry one-liner, but I don't.
Okay.
I could say run, but I don't want him to run. I
He
want
says,
him to die.
he does say, "What the hell? I was not expecting that." He's a little bit confused at this point. And now it is no one's turn. It is now going to be his turn. So let me. This man is obviously a wizard, so bear with me as I deal with the many spells that this man has in his repertoire.
Obviously.
Mini spells, they're tiny.
His tubes didn't work.
That one line
Could you
sums
quit
up season
footseeing
one.
with me?
I'm,
He
will
is
remove it.
going to cast the spell Cone of Cold directly in front of him towards you.
That's a big boy spell.
It is. He's a big boy. He is going to cast Cone of Cold directly at you, Zenas. So let me read to you what Cone of Cold does.
8d8, 8d6, 68, something like that. Is big boy damage.
All right. So a blast
do
of
the
cold air
dams.
erupts from his hands. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must make a Constitution saving throw. How close did you get?
Huh?
How close did you get?
As far as double dash would take me, so
Within
90.
Oh wow. So you're also within. You're like right there beside him.
I'm 10 feet behind him. You said they were 100 feet away.
You're 10 feet behind me or him?
I'm 10 feet behind Arlo.
I'm flying.
Because he was here.
You're
I'm 10 feet behind
Grim.
where you were.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're 20 feet away from him.
Before you walk towards him, I'm 10 feet behind that position.
You're in the cone, boys.
Okay.
Well, this could ruin cone spells for us as well. But technically, if it doesn't matter, just go.
Tell me.
It's like it's weird if you can only hit a certain number of creatures because like if I'm directly in front of him, like there's something like it wouldn't hit someone behind him. And it's like if you're hitting 15 creatures, you'd only be able to hit like 5 in the front, and the rest of them behind it wouldn't.
I gotcha.
I don't know that
Yeah.
rule well
I'm
enough.
gonna. I picture this like just this blast of cold air hitting you.
Yeah.
So like if he were directly behind you, like right behind you, I could see that you'd produce some sort of shield. But I kind of picture like maybe there's a vacuum behind you,
Yeah.
but it does kind of fill back in. So like if you're like 5 feet, yeah, that would make sense.
Get closer to me.
But being 20
Huddle
feet
for
behind him, I
safety.
think you still would be in this cone.
I'm gonna make a consta poop.
I'll tell you real quick. The creature takes 8d8 cold. You gotta roll a save against my spell. Yeah.
Consta poop.
Constitution saving throw. Yeah.
14. Does it do?
That will not save, boys.
That will not do.
So Jack, you also need to roll a
Oh yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
That's a 11.
That will also not save, boys.
Our clothes didn't give us resistance to frost, did they?
It does. It does give you resistance to cold damage.
Boom.
I didn't even.
Thank
write
you
that.
for reminding me that because I forgot.
I didn't even
And
write that
resistance
down.
to,
I
like,
didn't think that
piercing
would
and
be.
Yeah, and resistance to piercing. Good call.
What?
Dennis. Good call. Hey,
Why did I
inspiration
not
for
write
that.
that down?
Inspiration.
That's so
for that.
good. That's such good stuff.
Thank you. Inspiration for that. Mark that down, Dennis.
What is resistance? Half damage?
Half damage.
the-
So I'm gonna roll
the damage is-
8d8.
Resistance to
I'll check it.
cold.
6.
Eight,
Oh
eight.
yeah. So okay. So 6, 9, 10, 17,
Heck yeah.
21.
I'm actually gonna.
There's 6.
Huh?
Is it 6 or 8? 10?
Okay. It's
I mean,
8.
Okay, so we got one more.
29. Ooh, and one last big boy. 37. So 37 damage. Half of that would be 18.
18.
So you take 18 cold damage.
Okay, hold up.
Where am I
Hold
And
currently?
as
up.
he says that, he says, "Get back, you nasty creature!"
Oh.
I don't think so. Is what I say.
Okay.
Jack,
How much? 18 you said?
this might be the last time.
Yeah, 18
This
damage.
might be the last time you scrape by, boy.
Alright. When
Hey,
that-
if it's the last time he scrapes by, that's good.
Oh, true.
Because you get one more chance.
Last time might be the last time.
Okay.
as soon as that happens, I just like kind of stand there and take it and just twist my head to the side, like, and respond as I did to what he
Okay.
said. I don't think so.
Gotcha.
Jack is shivering, like trying to close his coat
Yeah.
up more.
And also, Arlo, you escape. But, hey, what's the lifespan on those sprites that were in this cone?
2 hours.
But what's their health like?
Their health?
Yeah, so
They haven't been hit by anything.
they just got hit by that cold. I just noticed that they were
Flying with me.
Oh, they're on you?
They can
They
fly.
fly.
Oh,
have wings.
I'm sorry. I thought they were running. My bad. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
And there's 6 more looking for
Yeah.
Mayor
Yeah,
Dumb
yeah,
Can't Very Much.
Yeah. I got you. Cool. Sorry, I forgot. I thought they were on the ground.
Nah, they good.
Okay, so that will be the end of his turn. He's not moving anywhere. He's not going away from you. Arlo, it's your turn.
Such a shame.
Me turn?
Yep.
All right.
Me
I'm
have a turn.
going full on Thunderbird. I'm going to use Call Lightning.
All right, that's cool.
Nice. So, giant storm cloud, 100 feet wide, 120 feet wide, and 100 feet above. So, I'm like flying right up with the clouds.
Okay.
All right, so he needs to succeed on a dex saving throw or take 3d10. If he does succeed, he gets half.
Dex saving throw. Okay.
Yep.
Oop, he fails that dex saving throw. He tries to get out of the way, but he is unsuccessful.
All right, we're going to do it. That's a 7, and a tree. So 17?
Yep.
17 damages.
Okay. I'm marking it down. He gets hit with the lightning. The lightning crashes down on him, and he takes it like a champ. It's almost. I don't want to say it's like it energizes him in the way that like when people get hit in fights and their adrenaline pops up. Like he took damage, but he's like, yeah, he's into it.
Bring it.
Yeah. He says, "Oh, you must be that druid I'm looking for too. Everybody in one spot. All right."
If I could poop on him right now,
It is
be like
now.
bowling ball size.
I shouldn't have used that long stride thing.
Right.
Because then I'd have one more catapult left.
Got to use that catapult. Okay, it's now Jack's turn again.
Yay. I'm going to use my little palm thing and try to turn him to stone.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't think it's going to do. You got to roll
Oh yeah. Con
against
save.
a 10.
He succeeds
Yeah.
against that. So you put out a hand, and he feels himself like, well, that's quite a tool there, little one. And
My
he's not.
constitution is 0. So,
Yeah, I didn't want to do it too much. I mean, I felt like it was reasonable to build it after what made the basilisk work, and I knew when I made that it wasn't either anybody's like best stat, but I want to try to keep it grounded in the world. It is now. What else are you gonna do? You moving in, or what you got?
No, I'm not going to move in.
Okay,
That's it.
cool.
I'll throw a dagger.
All right, cool.
Dagger throw. Going for it. Nope, didn't miss. I missed. I rolled 2.
Okay, yeah. So you hurtle a dagger as it passes by him, and he moves his head to the side, and he says, "That's adorable." It is now Grim's turn.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith upon myself.
Okay.
A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it a +2 bonus to AC for the duration. The bonus action spell duration is 10 minutes. And then I'm going to do what Grim do. I'm going to punch him.
All right. I like that. Old Faithful.
21 to hit
That will hit him. Yes, it will.
at nat 20.
All right. Big punchies.
I'm sorry for that.
Cocks your arm like a shotgun.
All right. Okay.
Hey,
so let's
quick question for me. We decided that.
A question for you?
Quick question from me. There was a point where, like, when someone was, and I don't want to get too meta, but when someone was immune to types of damage, since your fists do 2 types, say someone was immune to physical attacks that were not magical.
What?
Did
I've
we-
got the
And you
magic
do have
gloves,
the
so it
magic
doesn't
gloves.
matter.
You're right. I forgot about those. Irrelevant.
But yeah, when you're talking about whenever we were fighting this thing, or whenever I was
You
fighting those
punched
things
something,
in-
and I think we negated your fist damage, but kept the necrotic.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I think
Yep.
that's
But
that's
that is
rules is
regardless
written
now
on it,
because you have those gloves.
yeah. 18 damage for the first one.
All right. Just wait for the total.
39 damage for the second one.
Ching.
Okay, good gravy. All right, 39 plus 18 would be 47. 57 damage.
Poopy time. Poopy time for me. Poopy time.
All right. So you hit him, and like that staggers him. He takes that
crap! I wanted to do the venom
movement
thing.
speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
He rolls Constitution.
Constitution. He fails. His movement speed is halves.
Excellent.
When you punch him, he like where you punch him at?
I'll do right into the cheek,
Mhm.
and then into the abdomen with a left jab.
Okay, into the left cheek, into the abdomen. So first punch to the left cheek, second one into the abdomen. When you punch him, he takes those hits, and it staggers him, and he steps back a little bit, and he says, "Whoa, you are a little bit tougher than I thought. What the hell is in that glove?" And he starts to speak even a little bit slower. And that will be your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Oh, goodness. What else is he going to do at this point? Sorry, I don't play wizards very often.
I don't know what some of these things do.
I need to check another spell.
I think
Okay.
it's going pretty good. I'm excited.
Yeah?
This is the build up.
All right. So what he's going to do next, you're all up on him. So he is going to cast...
Go ahead. Take it from me.
he is going to cast Wall of Force directly in front of himself to split the way between Grim and himself. This spell, an invisible wall of force, springs into existence at a point I choose within range. The wall appears in any orientation I choose as a horizontal or vertical barrier or at an angle. It can be a free floating or resting on a solid surface. You can form it into a hemispherical dome or a sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet. You can shape a flat surface made up of 10 foot by 10 foot panels. Each panel must be contiguous with another panel, blah, 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 blah. If the wall cuts through a creature's space when it appears, the creature is pushed to one side of the wall. My choice, which side? And it's with a radius, a hemispherical dome with a radius of up to 10 feet, which means I could make it 100 long, flat thing that's 10 feet tall, or a 50-foot one that's 20 feet tall. He is going to just split. He's going to split the way between Grim and himself. So a big invisible wall has formed between them. Grim, you can almost feel it form on your nose at this point. So you can feel this wall of force separating you. This wall is about 20 feet tall, and it is 50 feet long.
Okay.
Try to give himself a little bit of time, and after you cast that, he does step back. He takes his movement to go backwards a little bit.
I will take attack of opportunity.
You may not. You are split.
But I don't. Do I know? Do I know that I won't hit him?
I am sorry. You do.
Keith, you goof.
Yep, I goofed that up. You do take one.
26 to hit.
All right, you punch that wall really effing hard. Like, you punch the wall and boom, like nothing, almost to the point where it pushes you back. All right, so that is the end of his turn, and he is going to back up those 30 feet. You punch that wall.
Also,
and you hear
if
a bonk.
magic can pass through it, I feel like the necrotic would just slip straight through anyway.
Okay, so here, I'll reveal something to you. When you punch it and you use that necrotic damage, it just pushes off the sides. It doesn't go through this wall.
Okay.
And yeah, does nothing you did there passes through. It is now Arlo's turn, flying above.
Lightning.
More lightning.
I'm gonna zap it at him.
Okay.
All right.
I
Wisdom
rolled
saving
that.
throw.
Or wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
Okay.
No, it's a deck saving throw. My bad.
Oh, he definitely fails that deck save.
Okay. 3d10 is gonna do 27 of them damage.
All right. Okay.
That's a 10, a 7, and a 10.
Gotcha.
Ooh. How's he feeling now? Because last time he kind of laughed at it.
He's looking all right. He takes another one and he he moves a little bit, but he doesn't curse the sky or anything.
All right.
He does mention man, that is making things quite difficult.
I'm still circling up overhead, like right up underneath the clouds, like right up about 100 feet up.
Okay. Cool. Cool. It is now Jack turn.
Yay!
I'm gonna take my last dagger and I'm gonna throw it like at a great angle, as high above his head as I can, and see if it goes above his head.
And just try to toss it over. Are you trying to toss it at him, or are you just trying to toss it over?
I'm trying to see how high the wall goes.
Okay.
I know that it stopped Grim.
Gotcha.
I want to see if it stops.
Okay.
Above
Roll a
him.
dex for me.
That's a 3. Plus 4, 7.
So yeah, you toss it. It's not hard for you to toss really high. You toss it, and the dagger does fly over this wall or whatever it is. It does fly over it. You throw it really high, and it does kind of, just barely though, it kind of chinks on the top of something and rolls over to the other side and falls directly down behind it, it looks like.
How high does it look like that was?
About 20 feet,
About 20
if you were to
feet.
eyeball it.
Cool.
It's a 20-foot wall of psychic energy.
Pretty
Yes.
much.
Well, it's not psychic energy, but yes, it is that. What else you gonna do? You got movement speed or a bonus action?
What do you want from us, Ronald? No, Donald. Which one is it? Donald.
Well, partly I want to kill you because you killed my brother. Also, you've caused us a great deal of stress with the council, and as well, you've led me directly back through the use of our agent, Misako. You've led us directly back to your headquarters, so I might as well, take care of that while I'm here. So, if you would kindly just surrender, I'll kill you quick, and we won't have to deal with this.
This isn't really our headquarters anymore. Everyone here is dead.
There are a lot of other people that live here. I don't know if we mentioned that, but there's like a bunch of cabins and there's a bunch of like, this is
It's like the whole town is in it.
Kinda.
Okay.
Everybody's kind of together.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I don't know if we discussed how many people number-wise, but, there are people living in those cabins. There's people working in that mine. There's all kinds of stuff.
Then Repcon, everyone important here is dead.
There you go. Oh, Aldi, looks like Mizuko took care of a little bit of business then. Well, I'm just here to clean up.
I see. Well,
That's
that's your business, I suppose. We will do everything we can to stop you, though.
Well, let's make it interesting at least. Grim, it's your turn.
Cool. I cast Toll the Dead.
Toll that dead.
Where be them? Target you choose. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Ooh. He rolled a 21.
Oh, you taking me? Yeah. So he saves. He's fine.
No damage or half?
It doesn't say, so it's just no damage.
Okay. So somebody's trying to get inside my head as he looks around. What else you got?
That's it.
Okay. It is now his turn again. He is going to maintain this wall of force between he and you, and he is going to turn to the sky. And he is going to fire a lightning bolt from his hand at you, Arlo. He is going to reach out his hand to the sky. A stroke of lightning forms in a line of 100 feet long and 5 feet wide. It blasts out from me in the direction I choose. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The lightning ignites flammable objects in the area.
Hey,
Okay,
I'm flammable.
so roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Cool. 21.
That'll do it.
Woo! Dude.
So you will take half this damage. And it was
I don't wanna.
8d6. 6
8d6.
for damage, yes.
He's very high level.
Well,
I was
that's a
thinking
third
D6.
level spell.
The Call Lightning I have uses D10.
He's
This is
using
not a
lightning
different
bolt.
theme spell.
Oh, okay.
16.
What am I looking for? What am I doing?
Boop. You will take half of 25, so we'll call that 12.
12.
You take 12 lightning damage. He looks like he's really enjoying it. You really open up the engines and fire off this magic as he
All right.
stands there and tries to fire at you. Also, what those things on your back roll? Or the ones flying with you? Are they right close to you, or where are they at?
They're just flying around. They haven't been in combat or anything, so they're just kind of on the sidelines.
They're not next to you or near you?
I mean, they're just flying around.
Okay.
They're invisible right now, so they're just hanging out.
Gotcha. It's just important to know whether they're in the line of 100 feet that I fired the lightning. And I guess I'm giving you an opportunity to tell me no, and I can't tell you otherwise because we didn't discuss where they are. But
I mean, we'll say yeah.
no, I don't mind. I just want to know where they are, especially if there are creatures.
Let's say one is, one in.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, one is, one isn't.
All right, roll that dexterity saving throw then.
Yeah, probably ain't gonna happen, but we're gonna find
How
out.
much health do they have?
2.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. It's dead.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, sorry. All right, so one of your sprites gets burned up in the lightning. That wasn't me trying to get extra points. I just truly need to know where the creatures are. I don't
We
want
got you,
anybody to
man.
get defensive.
Honestly, like, we didn't roll initiative for them or anything. They're just kind of like, they know this is out of their league. They're just hanging back.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
so
well,
one is off somewhere.
one of them is
The rest of them
vaporized.
are in town.
We'll say this one has decided that after this has decided, you know what, I'm not into this. And it just moved out of the way.
A single word was uttered.
Yeah.
Nope.
Now it is your turn, Arlo.
Woo! I'm gonna give some of that lightning back.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. All right. Let's do. You gotta do the save.
Yes, I do. You're correct.
We should do the dex.
This time he did all right. 16.
16 just barely squeaks by, so he takes half of 17, which is 8.
Okay. Cool. All right. He says, "Ooh, almost got me on that one. Well, you did a little."
So like lightning like shoots up and hits me, and then lightning comes
Yeah.
right back down and hits him. So
Yeah.
that's a cool visual.
Like ping pong.
What you got up there, Miro? He doesn't say that.
I do have a
I
mirror.
wish he would have said that earlier. Yeah, that would have been cool to like pull out your mirror and
Positive
it would not have
reinforcement.
it would not have reflected that lightning bolt back, but it would have been cool if you tried, I guess. How
you doing, Gary Busey?
Good. Great. Keep it up.
Yeah, nothing else has happened right now,
That's how I
so
visualize
Jack,
the
it is
mirror.
your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna take out my bow and arrow that Torque gave me. And I'm gonna fire an arrow to his left. About 15 feet-ish.
Okay, to his left.
Yeah.
It bounces off an invisible wall of force.
Cool. Now I'm gonna run and dash as if I'm passing an invisible wall that sticks out 20 feet from his left. Or 20 feet from his right. The same direction I shot the arrow. Like 5
Okay.
feet past where the arrow bounced.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put a hand up and see if I run into a wall.
You would still, if you shot 15 feet to his left, you're going how many feet farther than that?
5.
5. You would still feel that wall
Okay.
right in front of you. And now he's off to your right. He says,
I
oh,
didn't-
where are you going?
I didn't hear your description of the spell, so I'm actually feeling this out. I have no idea how big this wall is.
I like the sound of that. That's cool. What else? So you've done everything you can do. Grim.
I cast Sickening Radiance upon him.
Okay.
Dim light spreads within a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range. The light spreads around corners. When a creature moves into the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must pass a Constitution save or take 4d10 radiant damage, suffer 1 level of exhaustion, and emit a dim light in a 5-foot radius that prevents invisibility. The
Okay.
light and exhaustion go away when the spell ends. Also, he's only like 15 feet from me because he halved his speed.
Right, yeah, he
halved
did.
his
Yeah,
speed,
you're
yeah.
right.
I completely
He
forgot.
didn't get to make it that far. All right, I'm sorry, looking up something.
You go, Bobo.
All right, and what's the radius on this thing you said?
It be 30-foot radius sphere.
Cool.
So I'm gonna put it 30 feet away from where I am, straight back.
Okay, so he would be in it, but not in the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
He would be 15 feet into. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also, I imagine like the light would stop around.
Yeah,
the,
it does. It stops around that edge of that sphere.
That's a cool effect.
I have something that might be kind of cool, but it might also not be kind of cool. So it's kind of
just
a neutral
do-
thing I got to do now.
You just do like a lightning bolt on the thing, and it spreads out far enough to hit Grim.
I don't think I can do a lightning bolt. Man, it's gonna be something different.
You can't get that. You know, it's not
Okay.
possible.
I don't have any spell slots anyway.
Okay, I was drawing that out. Sorry to the audience. This is kind of, I never play a wizard person, so it's kind of tough to deal with that. So I rolled a 18.
Well, you know, that's poopy.
So does that mean he jumps out of the sickening radiance?
No.
Or he's
It's
just,
Constitution, so
Constitution.
he's still in
Sorry.
there. Did you roll Dex?
I rolled a 17, not an 18. See. Okay, so he passes.
Yeah, he's fine.
He takes no damage at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Because originally I was looking at that and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like it does all this stuff, but it's still really cool because
Yeah,
if
it
he
helps you
fails
out.
6 times, he just dies outright.
That's
it
pretty
killed you. It killed like 4 orcs just in one move the other day.
That's true.
Okay, or like several weeks ago.
Oh crap! I keep forgetting to do the thing. Dang it!
All right. So what he does now is it his turn?
Yeah,
Yes, it is his turn.
I can't punch him no more.
And what he is going to do is he is going to cast as a bonus action a little Misty Step. And he is going to Misty Step, briefly surrounded by a silvery mist. He teleports up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that he can see. He is going to teleport, if he's looking at Grim directly, 15 feet away from him. Jack would be about 20 feet to his right. He is going to teleport 30 feet to the left.
Okay. Would you 30 feet to his left?
Yes.
Okay.
He would no longer be in the sphere.
What is a 60-foot radius sphere? I didn't
Oh,
put
it's
him in the
60
center.
foot
No,
radius?
it's a 60-foot total sphere because it's 30-foot
Diameter.
radius. Yeah,
Yeah.
60-foot
And
diameter.
because he's not in the center, he would be, if he
Like,
goes
just
directly
beyond
left, he'd
the
be
edge,
just
yeah.
beyond the edge of it. And so he just gets out of it, and he says, "Oh, that's nasty in there." And then he raises his
Big
hand
old
to
fart
this.
bubble.
He raises his hand to the sky, and he casts magic missile.
He can't no do
Why not?
because you can't cast 2 spells in the same turn. He can cast
One's
a cantrip,
One's a bonus action.
but he still can't cast another
Right,
spell.
can't
He can
cast
cast
a full
cantrip.
spell?
Yeah.
Okay, but he does cast a cantrip. He is going to fire.
So you cast a spell and a cantrip?
A bonus action spell and a cantrip, but you can't cast a bonus action spell and a spell.
He is going to fire a fire bolt.
So Josh, it was I made it worse if he hits you.
He's
Cool.
He's not shooting at Josh.
Aw, why
He's
not?
firing at Grim this time.
Bring it. Grim can take
You hurl a mode of fire at a creature object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 fire damage. A flammable object hit by this spell ignites. So can you use a spell slot, or that makes it a spell? Has to be in the form of a cantrip.
Yep, has to be
Okay.
a cantrip.
Gotcha. So
So he's 30 feet to the left of where he was before, and he's shooting through the space where the wall should be.
I'm not going to metagame, but it's going to pass through. So I'm going to roll a spell, or roll a spell attack. Let's see. 15.
That hits.
Okay, so you can take 1d10 worth of damage.
2d10.
Only a 3, so you take 3 fire damage. Very impressive, Donald. Very impressive.
Well, he is high enough level. You could roll a second d10 if you wanted.
Oh yeah, hold up. I do need to do that. Sorry. Oh, he's big time high level. So we gonna roll 2 more of those.
Good God.
5. And another 5. So you take 13 damage instead of 10. Like I say, I am not completely fresh up on my wizarding,
That's
but I'm
fine.
doing my best.
But
Just know that I'm not trying to make things up on you guys. Promise.
No, and yeah, we know. I'm because I know you're not. Magic is not your forte.
Of course.
But it is my forte, and I know the magics.
Very well. Cool beans. It is now Arlo's turn.
Old Faithful, I'm going for calling some lightning.
And that's an action you're taking to call it down?
Yep.
Okay, I
Call
was
it
make
back
sure.
as an action.
I was worried that for a second that it was like where you were doing a bonus action and forgetting that you could do something else. All right, I'm rolling that dex.
You can
Natural
use your action
20.
to call down. Well, damn.
You still take half damage.
Yeah. It rolled a 9, a 2, and a 1, so that's 12. He takes 6
Correct. Sounds good.
little bites out of the elephant. That's how we eat it.
That's right. One bite at a time.
Sweet, juicy elephant.
What you see now, none of you were paying attention at this or to what was behind this creature as well. There's a big radiant light thing. There's a lot of things going on. So nobody was really paying attention that kind of from the tree line that's relatively close off to Donald's left, you saw a quick black blur sprint into the open. And what you see is that black blur that is shaped very Kinku-like, very bird-like. He runs out of the tree line.
It's Dave.
We're saved!
He runs out of the tree line with his brand new hand axe, and
It's
he
huge.
hurls it at the back of Donald Witherbranch. And he says, "For my friend!" Come on! He's going to roll a natural 20 from Verb to stick this axe in the back of Donald Witherbranch. Oh,
Verb,
boy.
go.
Well done.
He is split in half.
He is not. But he does
Cleaved
actually
in
take...
twain.
He takes... oh, boy.
3
let's see.
damage.
He does not take a lot of damage. But the axe bounces off his back. And what you see Burb do is you're like, oh no, Burb has thrown his only weapon. And when he does, Burb reaches out a hand and he looks at you almost knowing that I just did that thing that I accidentally removed my other weapon with. And he like holds his hand open and the tomahawk comes flipping back to him. And he grabs it and it gets sucked back very God of War style. And he now holds the tomahawk again in his hand. And he yells, "Come on, friend!"
From high above, you hear a very proud
Yes, a very proud one. It is now Jack's turn.
Okay. I don't know.
throw the bird.
We're going off of a visual description. I don't know if this is the actual description, but the big box that we got from the captain's quarters of the ship, the really heavy one with the big lock, you said the lock looked just like the ones that were on the doors. I'm going to take that lock out of my pocket and press it against this magical force wall.
Okay.
You'd see the light from Sickening Radiance.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have seen whenever
Light
that
touches
wall
it.
went away. You would have seen.
The wall went away?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the reason that everybody was bound. We were all bound up together. So I'm assuming something broke his concentration. But either way, I maintain that the wall has gone away because you saw a fireball pass directly through where the wall once was. You also saw that light of sickening radiance that Zenas create. It was flat against the wall. When the wall disappeared, the light was able to press out back towards Zenas. So it was reasonable to say that you could see that the wall is no longer there.
Gotcha.
Though
Okay.
very smart move.
So Jack doesn't do that. Or either that or Jack assumes that it worked.
Okay.
Either way, last dagger, pulled from his belt,
Okay.
he throws it.
All right.
17.
That will hit
Boom.
this dirty wizard.
How dirty are we talking?
No.
He's clean, actually. He's dirty in an emotional state.
I had to run that way like my full distance because he teleported 30 feet the other way, didn't he?
He did.
And I was 15 feet the other way.
You were 20 feet away from him when he teleported. You're now 50 feet away.
So you
I
could
was
still,
20.
You got range?
yeah, you can still make it. Even
It's-
if you move 30 feet, you can still got 20 feet on your dagger.
Yeah.
You hit him. You move.
Okay.
So right now, we'll say you're right over there and close to Grim.
All right. 10 plus a d4. Is it 3? 13. 13 plus 4 is 17.
Okay. How many? 17, you say?
Yeah.
All right.
17 daggers.
Whenever you toss this thing at him, it doesn't. When it hits his skin, that was like a direct hit. Like you threw it right at him, it went like right into his arm where he's moving around. You can see his sleeve come up. Your dagger went directly at his arm, and the velocity would have told you that should have gone in deeper. And it kind of doesn't look like it creates as much damage as one would expect on his arm there.
But it does do damage, correct?
It does look like it does damage. It cuts open and like his blood begins to bleed very almost black down his arm. And I'm tempted to say, you made me bleed my own blood. But I'm not going to say that. He sees the blood and he wipes it off with his finger and he turns to you. It is now Grim's turn.
If I have this speed again, is that possible?
You have what?
If I have this speed again.
I don't think so. I think it'd just be a 1/2 situation.
Okay.
I don't think more of the toxin in this system is going to create more slowness.
But would it be possible with another effect?
To do something that would rehab his speed where he couldn't move.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I should mention that having his speed isn't permanent. I guess you may have assumed that. It's like he's
Yeah.
not going to be slow forever.
I mean, you haven't given
I
a
didn't give you
time, so
specifics,
I was
you're
just
right.
assuming you'd be like, all right, it's up now.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'll let
okay,
you know.
that's the time.
I guess if it's like a spell that has speed.
I was just curious. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm going to cast a 3rd level healing word,
All right.
and then I'm going to be doing that as I go walk over to him.
Okay. You're going to heal my villain? Just kidding.
No, I'm healing me. Oh, boy. I got back 15 hit points.
Man, we're an hour deep into this episode.
We're gonna do it.
We're going to do it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna walk over to him and I'm gonna punch him up good times.
As you walk toward me, he says, why don't y'all just give up?
Will a 12 hit?
No.
Will a 25 hit?
Yes.
Okay. 11, 19, 27.
That's where you're doing some damage.
Poopy. Okay. That's all I got.
Okay. So he takes that punch, takes it like a champ. He turns back towards you and gives you he spits some of his saliva out towards you. He says, "This ain't gonna end well for y'all." What you gonna do with his turn now? Yama. He is gonna cast something on you, Grim.
Oh boy.
I need you to roll
Yeah.
a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy. Well, don't you know that's my worst stat?
Very charismatic, though.
Oh shoot! I got a 16.
I'm sorry to say that is a fail.
Okay.
With a blip that is very much similar to the blip that you felt whenever the two of you passed into another plane of existence. Grim blips away. He is no longer present.
Neat.
You are native to this plane, so this is what happens to you. You are now in a harmless demi-plane. While there, you are incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space it left, or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. So, you have been banished for 1 minute.
Dang.
Or until his concentration is broken, which is reasonable that it should be broken rather soon. But, he looks at you and he says, "Goodbye," and you blip away.
Blippy dippy.
Arlo, it is your turn now.
Me and
If
Bird, we
anybody
got
can
this.
break somebody's concentration, it's Arlo.
Birds and animals.
Look at this.
You ever seen me try to sell somebody something? Let me show you.
All right, it's your turn.
It's my turn?
Yep.
Sweet. All right, I'm going with old reliable. I'm going to do call lightning, so do the dex saving throw. I got it already cast, so I might as well use it.
All right. Dex saving throw.
Yep. And other than that, just continuing to circle up.
An 8.
No, sir.
Yep.
Take a made it 18 of damage.
All right.
Take it.
So I'm going to have to roll to see if he maintains his concentration.
Just slowly back away.
Ooh, he just barely maintains his concentration. So he's trying to keep Grim gone as he gets shocked by lightning, and he just barely. He looks up and he says, "Bird, let me focus now." And so now it is Burb's turn, who is going to try to hurl that axe back at him again.
Can he
He's
make
gonna miss.
Constitution saves while concentrating?
That's how concentration works. If he takes damage, he has to make a Constitution save against a 10 or half the damage that he took, whichever's higher.
I mean, can he make a second Constitution save?
Who?
I'm talking about if I use my little wrist item thing, would he have to give up one to be able to do the other?
It's not an
Well,
attack. He's not
yeah, it
taking
doesn't
damage.
deal damage.
Okay.
Although, if
But
he
also,
was turned to
if
stone,
he's turned to stone, I would imagine that would break his concentration.
well, I think that probably, but that's in like 3 or 4 layers of conditions.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers there. If this happens, we will consider how to figure it out.
It's likely.
Burb tosses his axe and it whiffs past him. Donald Witherbranch is able to move his old body away, and the axe comes flying past, and it lands right at your feet, Jack. But only before it begins to vibrate and gets sucked back to Burb's hand. He says, "I like this thing."
So Grim is banished. Jack is still good.
Yeah, Jack's all right.
Okay, cool. I
Jack,
thought both of y'all got banished.
it is now Jack's turn.
He's banished. Does his little cloud of doo-doo vanish as well?
I'm incapacitated, so probably.
Yeah, that is another way to break concentration.
Then I'm going to run towards Donald.
You already killed Ronald.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pee-pee.
He
Okay.
did it.
Donald.
And I'm going to paralyze glove him.
Okay, so you push the glove in his face and try to use it. And he says, "What the heck is that?" And he rolls a natural 20 against it.
Okay.
And he says, just without any sort of inclination that you're doing anything but showing him an eyeball and a piece of jewelry, he says, "What the heck is that?"
Udo. I'm going to disengage.
All right, you disengage and drop back.
Yep.
Oh, it's Grim's turn. Let's just hang out.
Okay.
I more just meant like, since he's making a Constitution save on something else, wouldn't he be like basically reallocating his Constitution towards that?
I don't have any rules for that.
That's why I was just saying, like, you want to make a rule
if it would
on
have
that?
been a non-20, making it rather easy for him, we probably could say that. But it just seems like a 20 would just be like, you just kind of shrug that off, and he's able to maintain concentration on the blink or on the banishment.
Gotcha.
But Grim, it is now your turn. I guess I should have. You are incapacitated, so I guess I shouldn't have waited for your turn. That's a mistake. Also, now coming out of the woods right behind Burb is
Another bird.
a little dwarf or a big dwarf, and he's sprinting out with his 2 axes, and he's yelling, "You'll not destroy my new friends, nor the headquarters of our organization!" And he has his axes in his hand, and he sprints toward him, but he's not going to make it this turn. It's a little anticlimactic there.
It's like a good half mile away, and he's like,
So Donald is going to this time, he is going to cast some magic missile.
Long flowing
He is
hair.
going to send 2 magic missiles toward this great eagle, and 1 towards. I need to remember how many of these things. I don't want to do this wrong.
3
As I want.
for the first level, plus 1 every level after.
Oh boy, he's going to cast more than 1 level.
Josh, were you with me when we saw that lady with the really long arm hair?
yes. It looked like a mane on a horse.
That's disgusting.
It was a bit disturbing.
I shouldn't say that. No, it's not. It's not. Just if you got offended by that, calm down. It's not
Just
disgusting.
cut the audio.
You know, I'm not cutting it. I can't cut it. I said it, man.
This is raw.
It was
I
like-
just don't prefer ladies with long mane-like arm hair.
We're not talking like she had thick arm hair. I mean, like
It's
she
braided.
it was like
Like, it was groomed for this.
yeah, it was intentionally very long. It was like
Like a foot. Oh, my
How does that happen? How do
okay,
you?
it wasn't that long. It was like 6 inches long.
But still, like, it was long.
Either way, that's not.
The
That just
longest
looks.
I've got is an inch, and
And you got to pull it.
and I gotta pull and stretch it.
Yeah. So
You know, like those dogs, like the Afghan dogs? Like
let's
that.
just leave it. Let's just leave the arm hair conversation. We got a wizard to do stuff.
We're going to revisit this in season 2.
Magic missile. I don't have that one.
1d4 plus 1 force damage per missile, automatic hit.
Okay, one. Does damage change or is just number of missiles?
Number of missiles.
Okay, he's going to cast it as a 5th level spell shot.
So that's 7 missiles.
7 missiles, and so he's going to send 5 to the eagle and 3 to the jack. And you said 1d4
1d4 plus 1, big papa.
plus
Do
1.
I dodge?
Okay,
No, you don't.
so
You can't.
I'm going to roll
So it's just straight damage.
Yep.
4, 8, 10, 13 plus 4 will be 17 damage for you.
It's plus 1 each missile as well.
Yeah, that's why I added 4 to that damage score.
The eagle is down.
And then said 1,
How?
3,
Oh, you have been hit a lot.
Yeah, I've been hit. So the eagle is
5, 8.
No
So
more.
8
And you're
damage
out
to
of-
Jacklaw, and he says, "Well, y'all just give me some space!" as he
But
fires
you-
off magic missiles
You
at you.
revert back to.
Yeah, I am back to Arlo's lovable squishy self,
How
100
high?
feet in the air.
Yeah, how? Oh, bother.
Well, he is dead.
All right, no,
He's
no,
got
no.
one
I'm-
sprite dragging on his arm.
Please, Master Nerd!
If I only
I'm still,
had
I'm still
catapult.
like as Arlo, I've got full health, but outside of like a critter form, I'm squishy. So
But
we'll see what
you're
we
gonna
got.
take 8d6 damage for that fall. man.
Donald's
I'm gonna worry about that when I get there.
Donald's going to take the rest of his 30 feet of movement, and he is going to move towards the tree line to your left. To his left, to y'all's right.
Closer to the Duncan.
Duncan, they came kind of from behind him, so they're kind of moving up behind him. They're not directly to his left. They would be probably 60 feet south of him, and then moving up diagonally, so he's going to move kind of across and above them. And now, Arlo, it is your turn.
All right.
As you rocket towards the earth.
All right. Hang on.
Drop into a big bowl of water.
Druid parachute, watery sphere. All right, I'm casting watery sphere on me.
I forgot I've got inspiration.
conjure a sphere of
Nice.
water with a 10-foot radius. So it's the 20-foot thing of water that I cast around the elemental.
You're going to conjure it on yourself because it's going to end up traveling rather quickly with you.
Yes, I'm gonna conjure it around myself. The sphere can hover in the air, but no more than 10 feet off the ground.
Okay.
The remains for the spell's duration. Any saving throw to escape it. I don't want to escape it. No, I don't want.
So you are more than 10 feet off the ground, so one could say that you're casting it 10 feet off the ground.
No, basically what happens is it drops until it lowers down to 10 feet, and it stops 10 feet over the ground.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I think that's
like
cool.
it stops at still it's 10 feet up.
I'm gonna give you some inspiration for the use of that spell. I like the way that looks. So as on your way
All right.
down, you cast water orb, just a big ball of water. It hovers over the ground, and then as it hits the ground, you like swish to the bottom of the water, but you don't go all the way out because you're small and not very heavy. So you are now inside some water in
In
which
a
you
fetal
can swim
position.
if you would like.
All right.
And Donald, as you're doing that, he does say like, that is pretty impressive. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Hey. I will. What will I? I can move it 30 feet. Does falling count as moving?
I feel like we're getting pretty liberal with this. I feel like for it to fall
Like-
and hit the 10-foot mark, it seems pretty reasonable.
I cast it and it just dropped in place.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I'm with that interpretation. So, yeah, sure, you can slide it around 30 feet.
Okay. I'm still holding my breath, but I'm moving towards where Ronald went.
Monkey ball. We're playing Super Monkey Ball, boys.
Yeah.
Okay, so you move your 30 feet. I would imagine you are kind of flying over Grim and Jack at this point, kind of towards where he was started at, or Grim used to be. So
He's not there.
we'll say you're 60 feet behind him at this point, putting you 30 feet behind him now that you move your water ball.
Okay. So I got closer. Okay.
Yep.
How long does that 10 feet last? The extra 10 feet of movement.
What did he do? Did he dash to move?
He just ran.
Because it's
So-
been
He
like
just
20
used to
minutes
move.
since you cast
So
it.
wouldn't it
It's
only
like
be
an
15?
hour or something like that.
Yeah, it would. Sorry, you're 15 feet behind him. My apologies. His
Okay.
movement speed has been halved.
Just trying to use what I got. Because my natural Arlo speed is less than the speed of the ball, so I'm just trying to get there.
Long
We will
strider
overtake him.
duration of 1 hour.
1 hour. So I probably got like another 40 minutes of it. Okay. All right.
So good to go?
We're good.
All right, some of the water drips ominously off the bottom of your sphere as you move towards him. You're 15 feet behind Donald as he approaches
How
the
does
tree
one
line.
ominously drip?
I gotta say, I have never ominously dripped, and this is the first time I've actually dropped to 0 hit points.
I ominously dripped all the time.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
You're out of hit points?
No, I'm
His eagle
at
was, I
100.
guess.
I'm at like 100%, but
Yeah.
the eagle dropped to nothing,
Yeah.
so I just reverted.
Yeah. You're not dead though.
No.
That's apparently how it works. Apparently he
Yeah,
gets
I know.
extra life on top of that eagle.
Druids be
Or,
tanky.
yeah, druids be tanky, homies. Turn into a bear, take that damage, and move on. All right, let's handle
what?
this fight.
When the bear is dead, turn into another bear.
Burb is going to try his
into a
best to
bigger
get
bear.
closer to this wizard with all the bravery he can muster. He's dashing. So he's now about 30 feet south of this wizard, and that's all that's going to be happening
Are you
for
gonna-
him.
It might help to assign Burb a class. I didn't think about that until now.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot going for him. And also, he hasn't done quite enough to really, learn too much. Like, he can throw that thing. He's,
Yeah.
still doing Kinku stuff. But depending on how long he survives and stuff, we'll try to class him up or
He's
something.
gonna survive 7 seasons.
7 seasons.
get
When we're old and gray. Alright, Duty Brown. It is now Jack's turn. Break this concentration. Bring Grim back into the
I'm gonna
fray.
take out my bow and arrow.
Nice.
and aim
New bow.
it at his nose.
Okay. It would be the back of his head, but sure.
I know where his nose is.
Yeah, you
I'm still aiming for it.
Yeah, okay.
If I can hit it,
All right,
we
arrow,
done good.
Go around the side.
That will be a 20, not natural.
Wow, that'll hit.
Okay,
do some serious dookie to him.
that's a d6.
Yes. For the bow.
Some serious dookie with that D6.
That's 2 ones.
Oh, my man.
That's 3 ones.
What?
That's 2.
Oh, boy.
So that's 5 plus 4
I'm not gonna do
is 9.
9. Okay, so you do damage. Whichever's more, so it's a 10. Crit fail! As soon as you hit him with that arrow, he stumbles and
I hit the nose.
and Grim, bloop, blinks back into existence.
Where is he?
Where's the drugs? And you
I
said how much?
whistle the arrow past, and one of the feathers goes up his nose, and he sneezes and loses concentration.
Yeah. All right.
That was
Cool.
really bad. I got 4 1s. No, 3 and a 2.
But you did break his concentration. Good job, everybody.
Yay.
So it is now Grim's turn. You're back. You're
How far is he from me?
5 feet away at this point.
Welcome home.
All right, I'm gonna.
Grim, what did your
I did not.
disappearing spell do?
It wasn't mine. I'm gonna run up to him the whole 30 feet that I can, and I'm going to
Okay.
cast Toll the Dead.
Toll the dead. Toll them up.
So what is it? Is it? I always forget if it's Constitution or Wisdom.
Tell me. I thought it was wisdom, but
It was.
okay, boss.
It was.
Ooh boy, he rolled a 25.
Oh, he's safe.
He alright. Just barely.
Says, "There's those blasted bells again." As he continues to rocket towards the thing, Duncan as well is going to, as he dashed towards him, he is going to now dash back, and he's right next to Burb. Duncan and Burb are hanging out together, next to each other, and they're directly about 30 feet south of their enemy. Donald is going to do a thing. He is going to cast another spell. This spell I will read silently. So what it looked like when he misty stepped before, he's going to look like that again. Bloop. He blinks away, and then at this point he is. You don't see him anymore. He is well. You can see the evidence of him moving through the trees at this point. He has blinked himself into the trees.
Tree man.
And that will be the end of his. No, hold on. Speak out of
All right.
stuff.
I
Is
shoot
there a
him
faint
again.
sulfury scent into the air? Does Grim smell sulfur?
No, it's just Misty Step again. I thought I was going to do something else, but it's just Misty
Oh.
Step. He does. Who's closest behind him?
I am.
I'm 15 feet. We're both 15 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're neck and neck.
Unhappy that you came back out of that thing and knowing that one of these, the enemies he's looking at is encased in water, another firebolt comes out through the forest. And we're going to need you to roll
The forest
grimly.
fire.
No,
Hey.
you roll.
I roll the attack, don't I?
No.
So many spells.
Is there any sort of cover from the trees?
He's got direct line of sight on you. The trees are pretty thin where he went in, but they're a little bit thicker where he's at, so he's looking at you, kind of, you're not covered. But once you get in there, you would be if you follow him in. Whoop! Oh boy, he rolled a 27 to hit. I will roll the damage. 4, 5, and 8, 13. 13 damage from the firebolt.
Shrugging it off and keeping trucking.
Nice. It is now Arlo's turn in the water ball.
I am
Old
going
hamster
to. Yeah, I am going to dismiss the water sphere.
Yeah.
Actually, wait a minute now.
I cast breathe.
I cast breathe on myself. Also, good job, everybody. I'm enjoying this combat session. Hope you guys are getting there.
Yeah. All
We're
right.
almost there. We're almost there.
He's
I
running
believe.
away from us. What you talking about?
I'm going to drop out the bottom of Le Water Sphere, and I'm going to send it his way. Because he's, how far away is he from us?
45.
Yeah, he's now 45 feet away from.
So I just dismiss the old water
feet.
sphere.
Okay, so the water sphere, it fizzles out of existence, and some of the water hits the ground and washes away.
Well, yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna do it. I still got one of those elemental little pill things. I'm gonna take it.
Cool.
I'm
Awesome.
gonna eat that thing.
Okay, so you
What does that do?
you take the tablet that you pulled off of a mage.
It expired 3 days ago. You die.
No, you don't die. You eat this blue tablet and you feel very strange.
Tastes like old milk.
Moments ago, you were inside of a swirling sphere of water, but now you can feel that swirling sphere of water inside you, and it's growing. It's growing to the point where you look down and your limbs are now made out of water, yet they still move the way that you would expect them to. And then you begin to grow in size to the point where you're eventually a 15-foot tall piece of water.
Nice.
You are now you have grown to great size as you press your movement, and you are a big old water elemental.
Okay. All right. I guess would that be my action?
It would have been funny if he kept the big ball of water and done that, because then you would have been like a big elemental with like a deer gut.
All right, that would have been pretty cool.
Get in my belly.
All right, so
I would look up this. I don't know if you have the stats for a water elemental.
I got right
you
here.
do. Okay, cool.
Because I can summon some elementals, but that ain't one of them.
Gotcha.
But I had it crossed out. But I can read through
Use
it.
them stats. So that's going to be your action, though. I would
yeah,
say.
I'm just going to use my movement speed just to get closer. It's got
Okay.
30 feet on land, 90 foot on water.
Okay, cool. So you're 15 feet away from this man who's in the trees, but your vision is fairly obscured because your head is like in all the leaves of the trees at this point.
All right.
You could have floated around on the ball of water as well.
Yeah. Psychonaut style.
Yeah.
Play it. It's worth it. It is now Burb's turn, who says, "Whoa, Arlo! That's cool!" as he runs up behind you to stand at your feet ready to attack anything that comes at you.
Cool. I like it.
It is now Jack's turn, who behind you have just seen Arlo turn into a giant wall of water next to Grim. So yeah, Burb is right there beside you, Grim, as well. He gives you a touch on the leg. He said, "Come on, friend."
And
pat his back.
Donald is in the forest.
Donald is in the woods.
Okay.
That one's
I
in the
don't
trees.
really want to fight him. I mean, we just wanted him to leave. He's leaving.
Well, you do what you want, man. You do Jack.
I mean, there's still walls around this area.
What do you mean?
Like this whole area you're in is still walled in the city.
Alright, true.
For Arlo, like he's already like threatened all the people of the city. So
Yeah, he did some threatening.
I'm gonna follow.
He also got that nasty southern voice, which betrays evil in every step.
I'll tell you, it sure does.
So what
Such
do
a
you do?
gentleman. Huh? I'm a follower.
Okay, you can see him in the trees. He's not like disappeared.
Okay, can
or
I shoot
anything.
him then?
Yeah, you shoot at him
I'm
with
gonna
an arrow.
shoot him.
Okay, cool.
That's a 22.
22. That'll definitely hit. Good job.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So that's 12 plus 3 is 15. 19 plus 4.
23.
Yeah.
Nice. My man takes some damage. He's not looking as good as he did when he first started. He's bleeding in several spots, not as many as you'd expect, but he's bleeding, and he calls out like, "You guys are a little bit tougher than I expected. Maybe I ought to brought backup." You can hear him from muffled in the forest. Grim, your turn.
I'm
He's
gonna walk
already
forward my
backing up.
full 30 feet of movement, and I'm gonna sacred flame.
action to dash.
Okay,
And
sure.
keep getting closer.
Gotcha. So you want to meet up with these fellas?
Yeah.
Cool. You're probably up there with Grim at this point.
Okay.
15 feet from him.
With your dash. You're with Arlo.
I was in the middle where he started.
Oh, where you shot from just now? I thought you were
Yeah.
closer than that.
I ran 30 feet towards him, and now I just dashed.
Okay, so
So
90 feet.
I'm 60 feet forward from where he he appeared.
We'll call you at the tree line.
Okay.
Arlo we'll call him 30 feet in the tree line. Grim's 45 feet into the tree line chasing this fella down,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, sir. Sacred flame. Ooh, he rolled a 15.
He succeeded.
All right.
I need a teeth pick.
Half damage?
Nope.
Oh, dang.
These cantrips are poop.
So the fire comes down and he's able to step aside and he says, "You're using some weak magic, boy!" Duncan is going to sprint up there towards you as well, and he is going to At this point, I think has enough movement speed to get up there towards him. He's going to try to chop at this wizard. He's going to take both of his axes, which he has the ability to use. He's going full berserk at this point, and he's going to take advantage on his weapon attack rolls during his turn, but rolls against him will have advantage until the start of his next turn. So he's going to roll. So he's going to hit with one axe, and he's going to hit with that second axe, boys and girls. 2 axes. Duncan is going to get him some. We're going to call these axes over here some damage. Then we're going to roll some damage. 4, 2, 12. He does 12 damage to this boy.
Do you have to work tonight, Brice?
Huh? No.
Oh, nice.
I told him to take me off the schedule.
So he goes. As Donald is trying to head behind a tree or something, he runs directly forward towards him and chops at him twice with his axes, connecting with both in the man's abdomen. He says, "Oh, you little dwarf, you got nothing on me." And as he says that, he fires another big bad lightning bolt directly through everybody 100 feet behind him, all in this straight line. It's his turn, yeah, after Duncan. He fires a lightning bolt. All of you are chasing him into the forest. He got you in a line. I'm going to read lightning bolt again real quick.
8d6 dex save, 100 feet, 5 feet wide.
Yeah, everybody roll a dexterity saving throw for me, folks.
You know what? We used an inspiration. It didn't matter.
Duncan's actually going to succeed, actually.
That's an unnatural 20.
A whole 8. I'm a giant wall of water.
All right, unnatural 20, Jack, you succeed. You do not succeed.
I fail.
Grim does not succeed. And he's casting that spell as a 6th level spell.
So it's half damage.
You do take half damage.
Nice.
So he's going to add 3d6 to that damage. So things are about to get rough. I'm going to roll. Somebody help me count these off. I think I'm just going to roll on the end, actually.
Sometimes it's a little bit quicker.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Easier to keep track of, that's for sure.
So it's, to begin with, it is how many d6? It is 8d6 plus 3, so we're going to do 11d6 damage. $43 damage total.
Grim is down.
I take some of that.
You're going to take that full 43 damage as an elemental. I don't know if you have any resistances or whatever.
Not that.
So half 43, is that going to be 22 or 21?
That's going to be 21.
21.
So
Uncanny dodge. That's going to be 9. No, 10. 10.
Burb is also down. Burb gets hit with this lightning bolt, and he immediately gets hit with the lightning bolt and falls down to the ground right behind Grim, who has fallen down incapacitated. I don't know how everybody else is doing, but that is what's occurred.
He's in the trees now.
I'm pissed.
This is Jack's territory.
It is Arlo's turn.
All right.
That's true. You can sneak him.
You made a mistake.
You in my neighborhood now. Alright, I am going to surge forward, and I make a multi-attack. I'm doing
Yeah.
I'm doing 2 mighty slams.
Nice. So you move up to him and try to slam down on him.
Yeah, just like a big old giant wall of water.
Okay.
Alright,
Sploosh, sploosh.
it's a 15 plus 7, 22.
Yeah. Sploosh, sploosh, mother.
And 18 plus 7, not going.
Those will both hit.
Alright, so both of them.
Big bad splooshin.
Both of them do 2. Let's see, it's 2d8 plus 4.
And these are magical things.
It is magical. So that's a 7 and a 2, so 9 plus 4, 13, and then 8 and 5, so 13 plus another 4, 17. So 13 and 17, 30.
30. Nice.
30.
Nice hit. Big hits, baby.
30, hurty.
That one hurt him. 2 big water smashes. He is soaking wet at this point, and he says, "Oh, y'all done made me mad." And he said, "But don't worry, I'm gonna get you." And that's what he says. Burb is
He's
gonna
up in my
roll
space.
a quick death saving throw, and he fails one. Burb coughs up a little bit, but he doesn't, rise up.
He's in my space.
He is in your space.
All right. He has to.
Were you on top of him, or are you hitting him?
Yeah, I'm all up in his grill.
So you're standing on him.
I can go in his space and stop.
Okay, gotcha. So you're gonna move into his space after those smashes. Sounds good to me.
Just like your character.
Correct. Yeah.
Must make a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Okay, boss. He rolled 18.
Okay, so he's good.
Yep, he rolled 18.
So he just gets pushed out of the way.
Okay, so he gets pushed out of you. So as like a big wall of water moves into him, he just gets pushed backwards.
Yeah, he just like sloshes backwards.
Okay. You don't got me wet, and I don't like it.
Do health potions work on unconscious people?
I think we've done that.
Yeah,
before.
we've had people pour them in someone's mouth, I think, before.
Okay.
Drink it. Which, it is now Burb's turn to roll that death saving throw. Jack, it's your turn.
Who am I gonna come across first on my way following?
You would come across
Donald.
Burb first, or directly beyond him, you would come across Grim.
Okay. I pass Burb first. I'm gonna dump a bottle of health juice in him.
Okay. Burb, roll some healing for Burb.
Oh, that's 44 plus 4. Oh, I dropped that. But it went into the pocket, so it was sideways.
That health potion says cheer wine on the side.
So 6, 7, 11.
Nice.
7-11. Thank you.
Okay. Burb. Thank you, friend. Oh, I hate dying.
Don't we all, Burb? I'm gonna hand him a second health potion, and Burb, give this to Grim. I'm gonna continue on after Donald.
Yes, sir. Sneeze.
Good.
Good.
Yeah. All right. What next?
He's in the
I'm
forest.
just keep. How far is he? Do I still see Donald?
Yeah. You can see you got eyes on him.
Okay.
He's beyond the elemental leg.
Okay. How far is he?
From you, from Burb at this point, I think we'd say he was. If it's Grim was 15 feet from him, like 30 feet, I guess.
Okay. I moved 10 to get to Burb or whatever, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna move 20 in and use my bonus action to hide.
Nice. Behind a tree. Very cool. Roll for that.
Oh yeah, I have to do that, don't I? That's it's a pretty high roll, but I'm thinking about using a luck point instead.
Where is it? Just tell me what your base rolled.
I can't.
Okay.
I have a plus 10 to it. I rolled a 5. I got 15,
You're
but you
good
can't.
to go.
You can't tell me that. Okay.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm hidden, and that's it. I can't do anything else.
Okay, you're hidden. As you hide, you can hear Donald Witherbranch. His breathing is labored. He is feeling pretty rough at this point. He says, "Y'all done walled me out. No matter what happens in these here woods, you'll never stop the council. They'll avenge me if you take me down, so you might as well just let me take you now. Make it easy." It is now going to be...
I was going to
My
make it
turn?
easy on him. I
Grim's
was gonna
turn, yeah.
sink him to the bottom of a
I succeeded.
interdimensional ocean.
It is now Duncan's turn. Duncan is going to move directly backwards from Donald Witherbranch and move to Grim's
Lifeless
form.
corpse.
And he is going to take out a big old mayor-sized health potion. He says, "Grim, I think you're worthy of this. I keep it for just such occasions." He pops the cork on this big old bad health potion, and he pops it in your mouth and helps you drink some of
By
it.
bad, you mean expired?
Good. It's good. It's good.
Vintage. By expired, you mean vintage.
It's well fermented. It's like a health potion with a handle on it.
Your arms and legs are like 3 times the size they should be.
You take 25 points of health.
Heck.
It's
Right,
a
how
big
do I
old
get-
good heal.
Yeah, stabilize character.
So, I just lost a health potion then.
You did. Oh, no. Oh.
As he grabs your hand and pulls you to your feet, he says, "Come on, Grim, you can't die on me yet. Oh, excuse me. Come on, Grim, well, you can't die on me yet. We've got a wizard to kill. And better yet, he's from the High Council. He'll be a good one to put on our wall.
Very true, thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's get the bastard. And he turns around to move towards Donald. It is now Donald's turn. What Donald will do now is he is going to...
He's plotting something evil.
He is going to do something called Time Stop.
Well, darn.
Well, that sounds like fun.
He's level 17.
He's a big boy.
At least.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, we got this. We got this.
He's a big boy. He briefly stops the flow of time for everyone but himself. No time passes for the rest of you. He's going to take 1d4 plus 1 turns in a row, during which he can use actions and move as normal. The spell ends if one of the actions he uses during the period or any effects that he creates during the period affects a creature other than him or an object being worn or carried by someone other than him. In addition, the spell ends if he moves to a place more than 1,000 feet from the location where he cast it. He gets 5 turns. He is going to move. He's going to use movement speed. He is going to move away from you all. He is going to take 15, 30, 45, 60 feet worth of movement. And then the last thing he is going to do is he is going to cast another firebolt. But this time he's casting it towards Duncan, the mayor of this dirty city.
Dirty.
He's going to hit Duncan, the mayor of this dirty city.
Wait, don't I go before him?
You were incapacitated, you rolled your save, Duncan brought you up.
And Duncan goes after me?
Yeah,
Okay.
right before Donald. 4. 10. He's going to take 18 damage. So as he's saying this to you and he's about to turn around, he immediately the time has stopped, so he immediately turns around into a firebolt that just explodes on his chest. Sorry.
If only we had a mare-sized health potion.
He says, "Oh, that one hurt, but it doesn't matter. He's not long for the world, eh, Grim?" As he continues to try to stumble forward.
It's like a health potion. Looks like one of the little Aunt Jemima bottles. It's actually shaped like Duncan.
Yeah. All right, so he is now 60 feet away from everybody, from where he was.
I bet he is.
It is now Arlo. Your turn.
I'm dashing.
Okay,
As
just straight
always.
forward.
Yeah, I got 80 feet.
All right, so 60 feet from there, you are going to your vision is kind of obscured, so he's kind of trying to stay away from you. So roll perception once you run that 60 feet.
Perception?
Yeah. See if you see this boy.
What's his perception?
Be a wisdom, intelligence.
Wisdom, but he's looking for modifiers.
Yeah. It would just be your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, but I would use my wisdom though, right?
I don't know. I gave you
made
this,
it, so stop.
so I would say, yeah, you have the mind of yourself.
Okay. So with that,
We're getting there, boys. Hang in there. It's a
Tired,
long
sorry.
episode. We're getting there.
10.
I was trying to stare you down, but
10?
there's too much air moving.
Okay, you do not see his full form, but you see a general area where it looks like he may be moving.
Okay. I'm just going straight to that area and stopping right on top of his fine self.
Okay, cool. Oh,
So did you catch up to him?
That's what
yeah, he's nearby. You don't see so you don't know exactly where to put your feet to hit him.
I ain't got no feet. I'm a river. Ain't got no water. Ain't got no bed.
Ain't got no water.
So are you like what's carrying you? Not feet?
It's basically like an animated
tornado?
wave.
Okay.
It is just a wave that moves across the landscape.
Okay. So yeah, I'll roll a strength saving throw. You collide with him.
Cool.
He rolled a 14.
That's 15.
Nice.
2d8 plus 4 bludgeoning and is restrained. Is grappled, excuse me.
Grappled. All
Yep.
right. So he's stuck in that water.
If it is larger or smaller, it is
He has
grappled.
been waved.
Man, he really
He is
blew it on that
wolfing?
9th level spell slot.
He's a
Yeah,
wolf.
until the grapple ends, the target is restrained and unable to breathe unless it can breathe water. Saving throw is successful. Target is pushed out of the elemental space. Elemental can grapple one large creature or two medium, small creatures at a time. Yeah. At the start of the elemental's turn, each target grappled takes 2d8 plus 4 damage.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool. So roll that damage.
It is a 3 and a 7, so that's a 10 plus 4 is a 14.
All right.
Did you add in your plus 10 movement speed to that
I did.
giant movement speed?
I only needed 60 though.
Okay. He's 70 from me, so.
All right.
Basically, I didn't even attack. I just got there and I stopped in his space.
Yeah.
So I didn't do the slam attacks or
You
anything
can
like
hear
that.
gurgling from under the water stone. Go kill my brother! I can't let you get away with it!
There you go.
Gurgling.
So like a wave can't roar or like make frustrated sounds, but I would imagine it sounds like just like a rushing river or something, like
Okay.
rapids almost.
Sure.
Yeah.
It is now
Boiling
Bird's
water.
turn, who is going to move to Grim and say, Jack told me to give this to you. And he hands you a health potion.
Can I?
He pops it and pours it. I mean, he uses
Okay.
his action to give it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You roll.
Yeah, sorry for that healing. Or it was
44 plus
44 plus 4.
So that's 48.
4?
Oh,
Make
Eight?
3.
9?
that would bring me back straight up to full health.
I'm going to give you that 2 that I accidentally
a
rolled.
capacitor charge
11, 15 damage. No, 15 undamage.
Hold up, bud. Where did you get
Reverse damage.
this? That used to... No.
Yeah, he damaged himself.
I hate this.
Okay,
26.
with that said,
Bad,
it is Jack's
bad.
turn.
Wait, how much was it?
14.
15.
15. Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm good. Yeah, good.
Jack's turn.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay, he's 70 feet from me now. Because he was 10 feet away, and now he's 60 feet run past that point where he was before. So now I'm going to...
Yeah, you
Is
can,
it a
can
bonus
see that
action
he's-
to drink a potion? Or an action?
It's an action.
Okay. So I'm going to run 30 feet, bonus action dash, and drink my potion as my action.
Okay.
And I'm 10 feet away from this man who
You're
is
10
trapped in a
feet
wave.
beyond him.
10 feet
Right.
beyond him.
You
No.
said he was 70 feet away from you, so you just ran 90 feet.
No,
I mean, 60 feet.
60.
60.
He ran and dashed.
Sorry, your bonus action dash adds 30 feet, not 60. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Correct. I've been calculating double dash as 60 feet this whole time.
That's fine.
That's why I've been totally mixed up where I was.
Okay, so you are 20 feet, away from this person, still hiding in the trees, or still in the tree line, or right behind him.
I can't hide because I used up everything, getting the potion in me and all.
Yeah.
So I'm just 20 feet away, standing there in the trees. I mean, he might not be able to see me, but I'm not intentionally hiding.
Gotcha.
He ain't going nowhere right this second.
Correct.
Okay.
And I take 2, 3, 4. So, I got a 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 10 plus 4. 14.
Cool. 14. It is Grim's turn now.
Okay.
You just made that noise.
What am I gonna do? What was I had a plan. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna move forward 30 feet. Should I know?
Up to you.
No. I'm gonna dash to him. I'm gonna move my 60 feet up near my dash.
Dashing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use a bonus action to do something.
Okay.
What all bonus actions do I have?
You can swing at him with that hammer.
No, I don't have that.
Oh, never mind.
Well, I do, but I'm out of spell slots for that. I'm gonna use a healing word
Okay.
on myself just to give me a little bit more of a boost.
Cool.
You know how that work. I get 4 HP.
Donald with a wrench is not looking very good.
He's drowning.
He underestimated your team, it would seem.
Good for him.
I thought you said underestimated.
Yes, he did.
Underestimated.
He underestimated. We're getting tired, folks.
Yeah. It's,
We're gonna make
it's
it-
11:20 now
We-
for you folks back home.
And we started at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, about 4:30, really.
Yeah. Okay, so Grim, you're good to go there. It is now Duncan's
upon
turn. He is also going to sprint his way up there, shouting his mayorly self, "Here I come!" as he hobbles that way, all injured and whatnot. And then it will be Donald's turn, who is going to use Old Faithful and just try to fire an abrupt 8th level lightning bolt through this water thing that's
Even though he's
crushing him. He can still attack during a grapple, I believe.
Hold up, though. Can he speak?
He cannot.
You're talking about like spell requirements?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever used any sort of requirements for spells, have we?
We've limited him when
I do.
he's speaking for his animals.
Yeah, because when I'm in wild shape, I can't cast anything that requires speech. That's why I did the eagle, because it had language.
Right, I feel like it's a little bit different than like shooting a laser from your hands.
Was that for you?
I don't know.
Target is restrained and unable to
He can do a
breathe
cantrip.
unless it can
Cantrips
breathe
don't
in the
require a voice part, right?
Yeah. And it honestly, I don't. We've always played it as they don't require verbal or material components, so it don't
Yeah.
matter. I just don't want to die again.
Right. Well, he's not shooting it straight out at this point. He's just trying to. He's like gurgling underneath the wall of this water. He's just going to fire the lightning
So
bolt
Josh
straight
is gonna
up.
die.
He's going to fire it straight up through Josh, I think. I think it's reasonable to say that he could probably still fire his lightning bolt if we've not ever used a verbal component.
I
It
think
makes
it's
a little
reasonable
bit more
to
sense
use
that
any
Josh
of
would
them.
be able to cast spells as an animal because you're already like within one spell. So he's going to fire that lightning bolt directly up. 8th level. So I guess still make a dexterity saving throw, Josh. As a giant wall of water. Whatever
He's
that would
inside
look
me,
like.
so it's not like I'm going to dodge him.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a disadvantage on that dexterity saving throw.
I don't even know how that's going to work.
Just open your mouth.
Yeah, open something.
I don't know what part of me this
16?
is.
That will...
Or a 21.
Relax
16.
your sphincter.
Yeah, that will not save, sadly. So, 8th level.
How pure is this water elemental's water?
It's just 100% water.
What I
With
know.
some electrolytes.
That's good.
Am I
That's good
non-conductive?
then, because the more
think
pure,
you're really
the less
conductive.
conductive it is.
Still
You
water.
want it to be less conductive?
Water is conductive.
Water is
Wouldn't you?
non-conductive.
So it could just flow
What's
straight
conductive
through.
in water?
The stuff floating around in water, like salt and stuff like that.
You're supposed to know these things.
I don't know if we're going to judge the,
I feel like when you're
the,
insulating
the
him, it
chemical
would just,
makeup
like,
of the
kinda
water. That
backfire.
seems beyond me. 44 damage to the elemental. Steam erupts off the elemental as a blue blast of lightning shoots out and through him. And you can hear the gurgling. Does he have to continue gurgling like on his turn or
Like in a
something?
thunderstorm, I wouldn't want
Continue
to be the most
gurgling?
conductive thing
Like, is
around.
there like a health thing, or is he losing power? Or
He's still
anything?
restrained.
I was
Right, he's
trying to-
restrained. But
Yeah,
I just mean
but
like,
if
is it like
if
on his
water's
turn
pure, it's
he
less
takes more
conductive.
damage, or is that going to be later?
I was
My
trying to
turn
save
takes
Josh.
damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it is now your turn. So roll that damage.
He's going to take some of that damage. 2d8 plus 4. 3. 1. So 4 plus 4, 8.
We
Can
need
you like
to kill
internally slap him?
Probably.
I think that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah,
He's
he
slapping
looks
his lungs with
really,
water.
really bad.
I thought he was
Also,
drowning.
this is like 12 seconds.
What is
of not
drowning
breathing.
damage?
Also, I don't think it's an action
Yeah.
for you to do that. I feel like you could still smash him.
Really?
I feel like.
Yeah, that should just be a thing that happens. Punch
Just
yourself.
kind of
Josh.
like clinch.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
I
he's,
was under the
he's
impression
like just
that
swirling around inside this water. I
an
can smash
elemental,
him.
it had like arms and a head.
It does.
An elemental is
It's sitting there
a
in the middle.
living element.
Right.
It is
Yeah.
an element that has attained consciousness.
So you're saying your bottom half is like a wave, your top half has arms and a head.
Whelm.
It can take any form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like in the book I'm currently on, they use water elementals to like push their boats along. It's just like a wave that like comes up behind the boat and pushes it along.
Okay. It will now be time for Josh to make his.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it just says it at the start, so it's completely.
Yeah, it's within your right to smash him, I believe, and I think you ought to, based on how he looks in there.
Nice. I'm gonna do it. So it's.
You want me to look it up, Josh?
Yeah, go for it.
Unless
I
you
don't have a turn
botch
for a
this
while.
real bad, this might be the killing blow on Donald Witherbranch,
Bum, bum, boom.
who
All
ultimately
right, so it's double
underestimated
attack. Gets a +7 to hit. So let's see what we're gonna do with this bad boy. That's a 2.
you. That one is just a goof up.
It's got arms of a sort.
Okay.
Yeah.
They all look really cool to me.
Page before that.
You are.
That's a 18 plus.
That will hit, Josh.
7. All right, so we're counting those 2 of them. All right,
Yep.
so one
Wait.
of them hits.
Yeah, one of them hits.
All right, 2d8 plus 4. 7. And a 6, so that's 13 plus 4 is 17.
You smash him, and he like goes pretty much limp, but he's still barely struggling. So you killed my brother. You killed my brother.
He's using up his air.
Yeah.
So I just to be clear, I'm not trying to like kill him. I am trying to like incapacitate him. So like when it comes to
Probably stop drowning him then.
yeah.
Sounds like a bad idea.
When he stops, I'll let him go.
Okay, Duncan's not. It's Burb's turn. He's sticking back. Burb has had enough. He's died enough.
Burb's turn?
It is Jack's turn.
I can't hit him.
We're all like right there.
I'm gonna hide.
He's floating around in that water. He looks he's within an inch of his life at this point.
Yeah. Never know what can happen. I'm gonna hide.
Okay, cool. Grim, it's your turn.
Could I reach him in the water?
Sure. You could jump in there, try to pull into Josh's torso body.
Well, it does say a
Yeah,
creature
if
within
you're within
5
5
feet can...
you can pull him out.
Yeah.
You can get within 5 feet.
Okay, I don't want to pull him out per se, so do I just like roll to hit?
DC 14.
You're gonna try to punch him in there.
I want to try to... Well, I do want to try to grab him.
Okay, great. So you want
So however you want that
he's
to
not
happen.
moving very much. I think you can grab him.
Okay. I do want to hurt him though.
I will say if you want to like pull him out of the water, I'll let you pull him out.
Okay.
I don't think this is gonna
Arlo,
take much.
give him to me. I wanna grab his head and just necrotic his head.
Okay, roll something for that.
That sounds like a killing.
Roll
kind
an
of deal.
attack.
I'm trying to kill him. Yeah. Nat 20.
All right, yep.
So
We're gonna go ahead and call it. He's gonna die, so I gotta say something. So you grab his
Prepare
head
the eulogy.
and you pull him out of the swirling thing of water, and you pull him out, and all he has left to say is, "You killed my brother. You killed my brother. You will die. The chancellor will hear of this. Even though my pride led to my death, they will avenge me." As you squeeze him, and his head begins to like melt underneath you, underneath your hand.
I want to pull his corpse out and then rifle through it.
Desecrate it.
It's like grab him by the hair and pull him out.
So when you grab him and you pull him out, he hits the ground, and everybody's out of combat. Everybody has a chance to gather around. Arlo, your transformation is actually wearing a little bit thin at this point. It feels like you're about to, drop back down, and you feel like the power is giving you a choice to come back down to making that aware. You can choose to come out of this if you'd like. But Grim pulls the body of Donald Witherbranch, the not the bee-beg by any stretch of the imagination, but an extremely powerful wizard, the most powerful being that you have encountered so far. He pulls him out, he drops him on the ground, and as soon as you do, as the life leaves his body, his skin begins to melt off of him.
Nasty.
His skin and his body begins to melt off and disappear and almost fade away, Thanos style, with the snap. It begins to flake off, and all that's left after a few seconds of this flaking off is the kind of veiny skeletal structure left behind of this black planium of what substance you now know is planium that was coursing through his veins. So it's not a skeleton that is laying on the ground, but it's a sculpture produced by the veins in his body that the only thing left is what was filling them. So it doesn't like a skeleton, it looks like
That's a cool visual.
Yeah, a circulatory system is laying there on the ground.
That's crazy.
And
I'm a little bit freaked out by that, but
does
that is
anything happen when I touch the planium?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So after a brief second, as you're thinking, does anything happen when I touch this, and you touch it, you feel an extreme amount of power surge through this material. And it doesn't feel good. It feels like something is wrong. Something abominable has occurred within this thing. And as you touch it, the whole thing explodes into an extreme cloud of that same gray smoke that you all experienced blinking through the place between planes or whatever where Justine was traveling. In a great gray cloud of smoke, you can't see it because you're consumed in this cloud. You can't see that this is happening, but if you were to take an aerial view, this whole little forest inside the gates or inside the walls of Buckland is just pushing out a giant gray dust cloud explosion coming through the trees and coming up out of the leaves of the trees. And as the cloud consumes you, you can all feel this almost ungodly power coursing through your veins, and it's not something that you feel like you can control, but it feels like it's something that you can push and move as it passes through you. This gray stuff consumes everything in sight. And while you're inside this cloud, this will be the way we leave Season 1 with these words. Inside the cloud, you hear several muffled voices. If you were to count them, it sounds like it could be anywhere from 6 to 12 voices. And they're all muffled, and you can't really make out specifically what any of them are saying except for 2. The first voice you hear is one that sounds like Garl Glittergold, and he says, "I told you they were close!" And in another deeper voice, after a brief pause, you hear, "Have some faith. It'll correct itself. It was built to correct itself." And that is where Season 1 of Dungeon Boys ends. Thank you, everybody, for listening. That was an extremely difficult combat encounter. I don't know enough about spells. It made it difficult, it was difficult for me. I think it was difficult for them to survive. Some people almost died, but that is the end of Season 1 of Dungeon Boys. We're going to get together the next time we record a recap of probably the whole season somehow.
That'd be
all
cool.
50 episodes to talk through. It'll be a really fun show.
Dig deep.
But what we're going to do from here is we're going to take a little break from recording the mainline plot of Dungeon Boys or IDM. Our first lucky contestant to do our next thing will be Josh. We're going to be taking some time to do some 1 session or maybe no more than 2 session one-off campaigns. We're going to see if you guys might like to hear some DMing from other people and maybe try to bring in some new listeners by giving someone a story that can easily be consumed within 2 or 3 hours. So the first up is going to be Josh. He's going to be DMing us through a one-shot to see how it goes. I'm going to be playing a character. Brice will be playing a different character. Zenas will be playing a different character. It's going to be a blast. Please come and enjoy that with us. We hope that you've enjoyed this first season. If you have, please definitely leave us a review on iTunes. I know the 3 guys work very hard on their characters. They think about it a lot. We have a lot of conversations outside of the recording. I work very hard on the campaign, and I appreciate you listening to my voice right now. I have enjoyed it. It has been one of my favorite things we have made so far, and we look forward to making more. Anything else, fellas?
Thank you for sticking with us for this many episodes. This has been an awesome ride.
Whenever you are listening to this, hopefully there's someone out there who's listening to it at some point. Surely they are.
I told you guys I'd scrape by one more time.
Hey.
And with that, we'll leave it. Thank you so much for listening to Dungeon Boys Season 1. We'll be back at you with Dungeon Boys Season 2. There'll be some changes to characters and other kinds of things, and we'll explain all that when we get there. Please remember to leave us a review, listen to us, share us with your friends. Follow me on Twitter at @TaintMediaGames if you want to get my musings and hang out on the internet. We have all kinds of stuff going on youtube.com/TaintMediaGames. And remember, most of all, that we all love you very much.
Bye.